Okay, today I'm going to be talking about velocity and speed from graphs. So to understand velocity, you have to understand displacement. So when we're given a distance and time graph like this, the slope of that graph is going to give us the velocity. So we have meters over here and seconds over here. So if it's a distance and a time graph, the slope of that is going to give us the velocity. And then in future videos, you will see that the area of a velocity and time graph, area underneath the velocity and time graph, is going to be giving us the displacement. So right now, the slope of distance and time will give us velocity. And just a quick refresher, if you do not know what slope is rise equals to run. You might have seen m in y is equal to mx plus b, and m is the slope over here, and you can figure that out by using this formula, y2 minus y1. So if you don't understand it, it'll be more clear when I do an example. So I'm going to zoom in on this. I'm just going to write down the formula for a slope right over here, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or yeah, so a dog is running in a straight line and we're giving its motion. So what is the average velocity the dog from 2 to 6? So from 2 to 6, so let's just label the points. So we're going to label the points over here, 2 comma 1.5, and this point over here, 6, will be 6 comma 2.5. So you're going to be figuring that out, and so that'll be 2.5. y2 is going to be 2.5 minus 1.5 y1 over 6 minus 2, x and x. So always the bigger, it actually doesn't matter which one you choose, y2 and y1, but you have to stay consistent, and that will be giving us 0.25 meters per second. That should just be a decimal point. Whoops. Alright. There you go. Yeah, so that's going to be the average velocity. So same thing, we're going to have to use, let me read the question. What is the average velocity? And we're given distance and time graph. Whoops, it doesn't say distance, but this is the horizontal position x, which is meters. So from 0 to 6, so from here to here, it's asking us velocity. So you have to figure out the slope. So y2 minus y1 over x2, oops, that's x squared, minus x1. So this is the second y. So we have 1.5 minus 2.5 over 6 minus 2. So if we put that in our calculator, that would be giving us negative 0.25 meters per second, which makes sense because if you look at it, it starts from, like, let's say this is 0, the origin, and we have a number line, and it goes from 3, and then its speed, it goes less and less until its speed reaches like about here. So it goes less and less. It's traveling in this direction, the car, or the baseball's rolling in the left direction. So negative 0.25 meters per second, or 0.25 meters per second to the left. So all these questions which we did were between 2 points. What was the average velocity between 2 points? and it was over a specific interval. But now what if we want to find the velocity at a specific point, just at that instant? So that is called instantaneous velocity. And instantaneous velocity is the slope at that specific point, not the entire thing, but the slope at that specific point. In this case, the slope at any point is going to be the same, whether you're at 2, time equals 2, or time equals 8, because the function is linear. So let's do an example of instantaneous. What is the instantaneous velocity of the caterpillar at time 6? So what is the velocity here? So the slope, what is the slope? So the slope of the horizontal line is always 0. And why is it 0? If we look at it, so it starts at 6 meters. Yep, cut off the units, 6 meters. It goes down, it goes backwards to 2 meters. Then it just stays at 2 meters. That means it's taking a break from 4 to 7 seconds. The caterpillar took a break. It's not doing anything from 4 to 7, so it has no velocity. And this is the final question. I suggest you try it on your own. Wait, I did not pull up the right question. Let me just quickly grab the correct question. Is the same question. Yeah. So I hope you understand the difference between average and instantaneous. But in this case, the average velocity from 4 to 7 is the same as the instantaneous velocity at 6 because it's linear. Okay, so yeah, now try this question on your own. A robot moves in a straight line and its motion is shown on the following graph of horizontal position x versus time t. What is the instantaneous velocity at time is equal to 2? So go ahead, give it a try. Scroll back through the video if you need to see any formulas. Okay, I hope you paused the video and did the question. So now I'll explain how to do this. So it's just the same thing. If we want to find the instantaneous velocity at this point, if it's linear, you can pretty much choose any point along the line. It's going to get a little bit more tricky. Let's say if we're given a parabola. How do you find the instantaneous velocity over here? So that's going to require calculus, which we're definitely not going to be doing at all. So if it's linear, so we can instantaneous velocity at 2, so we can choose any point on the line. So I'll just take 0, 1 since that's easy, and let's go with 4, 2 since it's just a whole number. I didn't pick this because I don't want to deal with 1.5. So y2 minus y1, y2, this y, minus this, minus 1, over x2. X is 4, minus x1. 1 over 3. So that will be giving us 0.33 meters per second at time is equal to 2. I hope you caught my mistake, but this x should not be 1, but it should be 0 as we picked this point. So it should be 4 minus 0, which is going to be 1/4, which is actually 0.25 meters per second. So you can disregard this stuff. It's 2 minus 1 and 4 minus 0 because we picked this point. Okay, thank you.